If you're still reeling from that brutal Week 6 loss to the Detroit Lions, you are not alone. It was a tough game to watch, and as the Dallas Cowboys enter their bye week, there's a lot to unpack. We got embarrassed, plain and simple. The Lions came into AT&T Stadium and handed us a 47-9 defeat that has fans everywhere asking, where do we go from here? Today, we're breaking down what went wrong and how Detroit's defense had such an easy time shutting us down. We'll also look at how this game could be the wake-up call the Cowboys need heading into the second half of the season. But first, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and enable the notification bell so you never miss any of our Cowboys updates. Your support is vital, and we're closing in on our next goal of 12,000 subscribers. You can help us get there. So, what exactly happened to the Cowboys offense in Week 6? Lions safety Kerby Joseph didn't mince words when he explained how easy it was to game plan for Dallas. On the St. Brown podcast, co-hosted by Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, Joseph revealed the Lions strategy. It was simple: take CeeDee Lamb out of the game, and the Cowboys offense would crumble. Let me ask you, Cowboys Nation, how does it make you feel to know that Detroit's defense wasn't even worried about anyone else on the field? Joseph said it himself, we know CeeDee Lamb is a playmaker, so once we took him out of the game, we weren't really worried about anyone else. That's a gut punch for sure. But, unfortunately, this just amplifies what we've all been seeing since the start of the season. This Cowboys offense is too predictable, too one-dimensional, and far too reliant on CeeDee Lamb to make big plays. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. How much of this offensive failure is on coaching, and how much is on the lack of talent around Dak? Now, speaking of Dak Prescott, it wasn't a good day for the Cowboys QB. Dak finished the game with 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and never seemed to find any rhythm. We can blame the play calling or even the lack of creativity, but let's face it, the weapons on this offense just aren't there. Rico Dowdle, who many thought would step up this season, only managed to rush for 25 yards. 25 yards. That's just not going to cut it in today's NFL. But let's not pretend this is a one-game problem. The Cowboys' rushing attack has been non-existent all season. This isn't news to anyone who's been watching the games, and it's not a secret around the league either. In fact, Dallas now has the worst rushing offense in the entire NFL. If you're one of the many fans wondering why the Cowboys didn't address this in the offseason, you are not alone. It's a major concern, and unless changes are made, this trend isn't going away. Do you think Jerry Jones needs to pull the trigger on a trade for a running back? Head down to the comments and let me know who you'd like to see in a Cowboys uniform. Alright, Cowboys Nation, here's where I need your input. Do you agree with Kerby Joseph's assessment that our offense is basically just CeeDee Lamb or bust? I want to hear from you in the comments section. Let's get a poll going. How much of the Cowboys' offensive issues are due to play calling versus personnel? Vote now and let's see what the community thinks. And while you're down there, remember to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Every subscription helps us grow, and we're getting closer to 12,000 subscribers thanks to your amazing support. It's fans like you that make this channel what it is. But let's dig a little deeper here. Why has this offense become so stagnant? A big part of it is the failure to address key needs during the offseason. Yes, Tony Pollard is still recovering, but that doesn't excuse the Cowboys front office from neglecting the run game. At this point, even Ezekiel Elliott might have been a better option, despite his obvious decline. We need fresh legs, and the Cowboys didn't bring in a true power back to complement what we have. During this bye week, you can bet Jerry Jones and the front office are reviewing their options. If this team is really all in, like Jones said earlier this year, they need to make a move. Whether that's in the trade market or through free agency, something has to change. Will it be a running back, or maybe an offensive lineman to help create more space for Dowdle and Pollard? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear: if no changes are made, we could be looking at a long, painful second half of the season. So, Cowboys Nation, as we head into the bye week, it's time to reset and reflect. This Week 6 loss to the Lions could either be the low point of the season or the turning point. What do you think? Do we bounce back, or is this the start of a downward spiral? Drop a comment below with your prediction for the rest of the season. We've seen the Cowboys struggle before, but we've also seen them fight back. And as bad as this loss was, it could be the wake-up call Jerry Jones and Mike McCarthy need to make some bold moves. Whether it's adding a new player, adjusting the game plan, or making a change on the coaching staff, something has to give. And let's not forget, this team still has talent. CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons, and Dak Prescott can still make magic happen, but they need more support. If that support doesn't come, we could be in for more games like this one, where the opposition's defense knows exactly what we're going to do. We're asking the tough question, is Mike Zimmer to blame for this defensive collapse? The Cowboys' defense was supposed to be a strength this season, but after back-to-back embarrassing performances, we're left wondering what went wrong. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell. We're on a mission to hit 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we can reach that milestone. Your subscription is important to us, and it ensures you won't miss any of our updates. Now, let's dive into today's topic. The big headline this week is that the Cowboys' defense, once expected to be one of the most dominant units in the league, has completely fallen apart. We've seen flashes of brilliance from guys like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence, but lately, those flashes have turned into major breakdowns. The defense allowed 47 points to the Detroit Lions in Week 6, and it's not just a one-off performance. This is becoming a troubling trend. But who's to blame for this mess? Many are pointing fingers at defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, and it's hard to ignore the facts. According to Blogging the Boys, Zimmer's scheme hasn't produced the results we were hoping for. The Cowboys now rank among the worst defenses in the NFL. How did we go from a top 10 unit last year to one of the league's biggest disappointments? Cowboys coaches are reportedly using the bye week to figure out how to fix this frustrating defense, but is it already too late? John Machota shared Zimmer's thoughts on the defense, and here's what Zimmer had to say: "I thought we were making progress. Obviously, we took about 8 steps back the other day. We just have to keep grinding." It's not the most inspiring message, but at least Zimmer recognizes the problem. The question is, does he have the answers to fix it? Let me ask you, Cowboys fans, do you think Zimmer is the right guy for the job? Should the Cowboys give him more time to turn things around, or is it time to make a change? Head down to the comments and let me know what you think. We'll be featuring some of the best takes in our next video, so don't hold back. Alright, Cowboys Nation, it's time for you to weigh in. Vote in the poll below. Who do you think is most to blame for the Cowboys' defensive struggles? Is it Mike Zimmer? The players? Or maybe even Jerry Jones and his offseason decisions? Drop your vote, and let's see what the community has to say. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel and enable notifications so you never miss a new video. We're closing in on 12,000 subscribers, and your support can help us hit that mark. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the reasons the Cowboys' defense has fallen apart. Injuries have certainly played a role, with both Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence dealing with issues this season. But injuries alone don't explain the complete lack of execution we've seen in recent weeks. In Week 6, the Cowboys' defense gave up a staggering 474 yards of offense to the Lions. It wasn't just the run defense that collapsed. Detroit's passing game shredded our secondary with ease. At times, it looked like the Cowboys' defense didn't even know where to line up, and that's on coaching. Zimmer's scheme relies heavily on discipline and execution, and right now, neither of those things is happening. But let's be fair, Zimmer isn't the only one at fault here. The Cowboys front office didn't do enough to address key defensive weaknesses in the offseason. We've been relying on guys like Osa Odigizua and Carlos Watkins to step up, but they haven't been able to fill the gaps. Should Jerry Jones have made a splash in free agency or pulled the trigger on a trade for a defensive star? Let us know in the comments what you think Jerry should have done differently. Looking ahead, this bye week could be exactly what the Cowboys need to regroup. We've got a chance to make some adjustments before we face the next challenge, but will it be enough? Zimmer and the coaching staff need to figure out how to fix this defense fast, or we could be in for more embarrassing losses like we saw in Week 6. Micah Parsons has been a vocal leader on this defense, but he can't do it alone. With Lawrence banged up and the secondary struggling to cover anyone, this could be the week we see some new faces in the lineup. Will the Cowboys make a move before the trade deadline, or will they ride with the current roster? Time will tell, but one thing's for sure, if the defense doesn't improve, this season could spiral out of control quickly. So, Cowboys Nation, let's hear your predictions. Can the defense turn things around, or are we headed for more disappointment? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a ton of Cowboys content coming up, including breakdowns of potential trade targets and more in-depth analysis of the defense. As we head into the weekend, take a deep breath, Cowboys fans. This season isn't over yet, but it's clear the defense needs to step up if we're going to have any chance at making a run. Keep an eye on how things develop during the bye week, and let's hope Zimmer and the coaching staff find a way to right the ship. Thanks for tuning in to Cowboys News TV, and remember to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Your subscription helps us grow and continue to bring you the latest Cowboys news and analysis. We're almost at 12,000 subscribers, and with your help, we'll reach that goal in no time. Until next time, stay strong, Cowboys Nation.